Welcome everybody to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and we have the Diamondbacks again today. A happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. I know I already called my mom and took care of my wife and everything, so I think I've covered all my bases. It was not Mother's Day in 2011 today, though, when this series is supposed to be, or this season is supposed to be taking place. That happened back on May 8th in 2011, so guess I missed that one in terms of season, but oh well. It's much more important to remember that in the real world than it is in a silly little thing like MLB PowerPros. Anyway, we've got Graves starting again, and he's in yet another day game here at Panpaca Park. I don't know why we've had such a string of day games here as of late. And Orlando Hudson will lead off for the Diamondbacks. And he looks at strike one. Looks at strike two. And goes down swinging. Pretty darn good start for Graves. We'll move to Caicedo. He swings and misses at a changeup to open this at bat. Graves throws a circle changeup if that matters to anybody. And this one popped up. Graves fields it himself for 2 outs. Chad Tracy comes to the plate. And he looks at strike one. And that pitch up and out. Fouls that one off his foot. Seems to be okay. 1-2 the count. And strike three looking. I just realized I have a nice big drink and I think I forgot it. The office I record this in is downstairs in my house, and I think I left the drink upstairs. So I'm going to pause here for just a moment before we get to Ryan Bannister, and I'll be right back so I can have a drink through this. Okay, back to action. Ended up having a little more searching than I thought I was going to have to do. As Kester takes strike one and grounds that one foul for 0-2 count. Got my trusty Coke Zero since that's what I have to drink these days. Bannister fields that himself, gets it over for out number one. That'll bring Marvin to the plate. I think his average was at 160, I believe, yes. Batting left-handed at the moment. He's going to get a hit there into left center gap. And he's going to turn that into a double. So maybe this is Marvin finally getting on track here. A 1-out double brings Chief to the plate, and he has a 1-1 count. Make it 1-2. Looks at that one on the outside and grounds that one to third. Tracy looks Marvin back and throws it over for the second out of the inning. So Terry now up to see if he can make anything of that double. He looks at strike one. Bannister gets a call on a high fastball. 0-2 the count. Grounded that one to third again. So Marvin with the double, but nothing else doing. We've played through one inning, no score. Luke Scott will lead things off for Arizona in the second. Grave starts off with a fastball, which is called for a strike. Goes back to the fastball. That one lined down the third base line, but Chief able to get over and make the play. So one down. Chris Jackson at the plate. He is off time on that change up and still early on a curveball. See, Jackson's average up to 341. I don't know that he's done that much against us as he grounds out to second here, but I gotta say, he probably does deserve that starting spot over Golf at the moment anyway, even if Golf is a bigger power threat. Brings Stephen Drew to the plate with 2 outs in the second, and he has an 0-2 count. And he's behind on an 82-mile-an-hour fastball. And that's about all you get out of Graves. He is definitely that crafty lefty. He's not going to blow anything by you, but he's going to keep you off-center. We move to the bottom of the second. Frank is going to lead things off. And he looks at strike 1 on a curveball. Swings and misses, strike 2. Fouls that one away, still 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. We'll bring Tom to the plate. His first day catching in a little bit, and actually, with another off day coming up, he'll be back to the bench tomorrow to get some more rest on those knees. Kind of an awkward shot there, but it goes right to Stephen Drew. 2 down for Zach, whose average is up to 283 after, he and Marvin were both off to slow starts, but you can see Zach's already got his season back on track at this point. Has a 1-2 count at the moment. Make that 2-2. That cutter too far outside. He gets a lot of that one. It's not going to get out of the park, but it will one-hop the fence in right center. Comfortable double for Zach. So the in-game announcer claimed there's only 1 out. There are definitely 2 outs with the runner on second. Joey at the plate. Weakly hit back to Bannister, and he will end the inning. So we've gotten a double in each of the first 2 innings and not been able to bring either man home. So still scoreless after 2. Chris Snyder is going to lead things off for Arizona. He was the lone hit yesterday against Gill. Has a 2-0 count at the moment, and he hits one just foul down the first base line. 2-1 the count. Swing and a miss, 2-2. And he pops that one up right at the plate. Tom handles that one for the first out. Justin Upton now at the plate. And that fastball a little bit wild. And that fastball in for a strike. 1-1. Graves winds and delivers. A swing and a miss changeup. 1-2. And swing and a miss on the fastball. Strike 3. That'll bring Bannister to the plate. He's batting .263 with an RBI. That's definitely more than respectable for a pitcher. Has a 1-1 count at the moment. That slider in the dirt. And that one also in the dirt. 3-1 on the pitcher. And he walks him. I mean, it's only the 3rd inning, but that did break up the perfect game with a walk to the pitcher. Surely not what Graves was actually looking to do there. 1-1 the count. And Hudson puts that into center for a legitimate hit. So Caicedo now at the plate, 2 on, 2 out. And he looks at strike 1 on the outside corner. Graves gets the call on a lower fastball. That slider put right to Joey for out number 3. So Diamondbacks at least break up the no-no, but no runs scored yet. We'll move to the bottom of the 3rd. The Squirrels will have Graves leading off. And Graves still looking for that first hit. Clearly, he's not paid to hit, so, it's not a huge deal if he comes up empty, as he does have an 0-2 count. It would be nice to get something out of him. He goes down looking instead. That'll bring Kester back to the plate. He grounded out his first time. He looks at strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two. Swing and a miss, strike three. Marvin to the plate. His double put his average up to 166 last time. Looks at an iffy pitch. Bannister gets the call. And that cutter too low. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss, strike two. That one too far outside. 2-2. Good eye for Marvin. He grounds that one to Tracy over at third, and that will end the inning. Still scoreless through the first third. So I don't know if you guys could hear it. My neighbor's mowing here in the background, which absolutely fine to do. It's, a little after 4, about quarter after 4 on a Sunday at the moment. That's a pretty standard time to mow your yard, but if you're hearing that in the background, my apologies. Not much control over that one. Chad Tracy is at the plate now with an 0-2 count. He lines that one through the middle for a single. So that'll bring Luke Scott to the plate with the runner on and nobody out. And that slider in there for a strike. I guess I should maybe explain that a Grave slider is called the frog ball because it's slippery like Slippy Toad from Star Fox, but Toad Ball doesn't sound that great. If anything, it sounds like something from Mario, so we went with Frog Ball instead. Runner takes off, and Tom cuts him down. I think that was Luke Scott. I was kind of half paying attention. Pretty sure they switched runners on a fielder's choice there. Popped up just behind second base. Joey takes care of that. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Chief is going to lead things off for the Squirrels. And he swings and misses at the first pitch. And Chief grounds it right to Stephen Drew. Fairly hard hit ball, but right at the shortstop. That'll bring Terry to the plate. He looks at strike one. And that one's going to be into center field. It will get down for a hit. So Frank working with the runner on. He's showing bunt. And he's serious about it. I don't really know what he was thinking there. Tracy with a little bit of an offline throw, but still took care of him easily. So a kind of bizarre sacrifice bunt puts Terry on second for Tom with 2 outs. I would have much rather somebody like Frank be swinging the bat there. That curveball too far outside, 1-2. And that one too high, 2-2. And that pitch apparently too high, borderline, but Tom gets the benefit of the doubt. And on a full count, he does get a hit into right center, or left center, I mean. And that will score Terry a RBI double with 2 outs for Tom. So I guess the sacrifice bunt worked. Still not a fan of it, but it did put us ahead here. Got us on the board. That brings Zach to the plate. And he has a 2-0 count. Make it 2-1 after that cutter. Zach let it go by. That one too far outside. 3-1 the count. That pitch right down the middle. Zach let it go by. Full count. Oh, swing and a miss. It was a good pitch to hit, but Zach was just too early. So we've played 4 innings. Diamondbacks 0, Squirrels 1. Stephen Drew will lead things off for Arizona here in the 5th. And Drew takes strike one on the outside part of the plate. Looks at strike two on a pretty good pitch to hit. All fastballs, all called strikes. One down now. Chris Snyder at the plate. He puts that into right, and looks like Zach's quite going to get there. Catches it on one hop. So single for Snyder. That'll bring up Upton with one out. This is Justin Upton. He grounds to second. Kester gets it to Joey for the first out, and he gets it back over to first for the double play. Joey, not the fastest turn at short, but he does have a very strong arm. So he was able to get that one over there just in time to end the top of the fifth. Still 1-0 Indianapolis. And Joey will lead things off in the bottom of the fifth. He looks at strike one and then swings at strike two. And then swings at strike three. Graves up for probably his last chance at a hit today. Watches strike one. Swings and misses strike two. Does get some bat on that one. Rolls up the middle. That's going to be his first hit. Not hard hit at all, but it got through Bannister and was just barely out of Hudson's reach. And I think by the time Stephen Drew realized that Hudson wasn't going to field it, it was too late. So Graves finally has a batting average this year. Kester grounds to second, though, and that'll snuff out the inning on a double play. But hey, Graves got a hit. That's the story of that inning. And now he will go out to pitch the sixth inning, and he will deal with Bannister, his opposing pitcher. And it does look like the Diamondbacks are going to let Bannister hit. And maybe they should. He drew a walk last time up. Represented the Diamondbacks' first base runner of the game. Has a 1-1 count at the moment. Graves gets him to swing and miss at a curveball. That changeup outside, 2-2. Fouls that one away. Full count. Oh, now the Kona Ice Truck is outside. I don't know if you can hear their music. I'm surprised my daughter's not running out here screaming. And he walked the pitcher again. My goodness. What is Graves doing? Oh, and 2 the count. Fouls that one away. Pops that one up into center. Well, more than pops it up. He actually hit that one pretty deep. Well, Frank does handle that one, though. And that'll be the first out in the sixth. Caicedo up to bat. He looks at strike one. Swings and misses strike two. Pops that one up into a good spot into center. No one able to get to that one. That's going to drop in for a hit. Frank was the closest, but it was between him, Marvin, and Joey, and none of them could quite make it there. Not a hard hit ball, but a well-placed one. Chad Tracy now at the plate with 2 on, 1 out. He has an 0-2 count. And he swings and misses for the second out. Up to Luke Scott to try to get the Diamondbacks on the board today. He swings and misses. That one too low. And that curveball also too low. 2-1 the count. Does get the call on that one. 2-2. Does not get the call on that changeup. A little bit too far outside. Runners go with the full count. And that curveball too far inside. Walks the bases full. I don't know if Graves has ever had this many walks in a game. That brings Chris Jackson up to the plate. Bases loaded now with 2 outs. And he does get a hit up the middle. Marvin gets it back in, but 2 runs are going to score on that one. So Diamondbacks take the lead on that hit. 2-1. Stephen Drew at the plate. Still 2 on, 2 out. He fouls that one away. 0-2 the count. Swings and misses, strike 3. So Graves now in danger of losing his first game of the season after that inning. Arizona 2, Indianapolis 1. Marvin will lead things off in the bottom of the 6th. Marvin looks at strike 1. Swings and misses, strike 2. Swings and misses, strike 3. Chief now at the plate. He's not gotten a hit today. That's rare for him. Grounded out twice, and it promptly puts a hit into right field. Said not often he goes a game hitless. That'll bring Terry to the plate to see if he can get that run back. And he has a 1-1 count after a swing and a miss. That changeup up and in. And Terry smacks that down the left field line, but it does curve foul. 2-2 the count. Swings and misses, strike 3. Up to Frank now. He struck out swinging and had a sacrifice bunt. Which, he's not really paid to bunt either. That one's into right field, and it gets by a diving Justin Upton. That was a bad decision to dive. That's going to score Chief from first. And Frank is going to go into third. I think they are going to score that a triple, and I guess you have to. I don't know that you can really give him an error for diving for a ball that he didn't stop. Bannister looking a little winded. Game 2-2 now. Tom at the plate. Has an 0-2 count. And he puts that one into right center. That's going to take the lead back for the Squirrels. Looks like an RBI double for Tom. So right back on top, and that will end Bannister's day. They're going to go to Chad Qualls. A lot of Chads on this Arizona team. So Zach at the plate to see if he can lengthen the inning. Looks at strike 1. Puts that one into left field, and Scott handles it pretty easily. And that ends the inning, but not before the Squirrels can retake the lead. So, without throwing another pitch, Graves suddenly back in line for the win as we turn to Jones. Put him into Zach's spot, which will also bring in Quentin. All right, Chris Snyder at the plate. Jones, first pitch is outside. Went with the breaking ball that broke too much. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Another breaking ball for a ball, so Jones apparently not feeling it on that breaking ball. Gets in a foul off a 2-seamer, 2-2. That one too low. Snyder lays off for a full count. Puts that one right to Joey, who picks it up and slings it over for out number 1. That'll bring Justin Upton to the plate. That one right on the line for a fair ball just behind first base. Quentin picks it up, throws it in, but not in time. A well-placed ball for a double for Justin Upton. Just about to say how he's not having a great day, turning a hit into a triple and hitting into a double play, but a Qualls' day is done. They'll put in Golf to pinch hit. I'm surprised it's not Freddie Sanchez because they seem to think he's a Hall of Famer. Golf looks at strike one. Swings and misses strike two. Lets that fastball go. 1-2. Bounces that one in. 2-2. Now he throws the breaking ball and gets Golf to swing and miss. Strike three. 2 down now. Orlando Hudson at the plate. Finally throws a breaking ball for a called strike, which probably leads to that swing and a miss on pitch 2. And swing and a miss. Jones gets around the double from Upton. It's stretch time in the Heartland. Arizona 2 and Indianapolis 3. All right, Ortiz is going to come into the game, and Golf stays in to play first base, replacing Chris Jackson. So, unless the game is cheating us, which they are known to do with these double switches, Ortiz should have come into Jackson's spot, which will be coming up next inning. So we'll see if they do that double switch legitimately or not. Joey is at the plate now with an 0-2 count. And make it 0-3. Looks at strike 3. 1 down. Quentin at the plate now. He'll be starting tomorrow. For now, though, he takes a big cut and misses at the first pitch. And watches the second pitch. That fastball too high. Quentin able to lay off. Swings and misses strike 3. We're making Ortiz look very good out there. Kester at the plate. He's had a rough go of it today. Also hit into a double play. Pulls that one foul. Has an 0-2 count. Gets that one in the air and foul ground. Tracy chases it but not able to catch up to it. So Kester's still alive. Now bunts for a hit with 2 strikes. And it does not work. Tracy, close call, but he does get it over there in time to end the 7th inning. So we've played 7, Arizona 2, Indianapolis 3. Caicedo will be up to face Hermida as soon as it lets me change pitchers. Hermida should be rested now. Let's see, that was Kester, so that'll bring Phil into the game to play second. All right, here we go. We'll see if this is more a fastball or a curveball day. First pitch is a curveball for a strike. And a fastball down and out. Swings and misses on a curve. Maybe this is more of a breaking ball day for Hermida. Oh, that one does not get the call. 2-2. And fastball in there for strike 3. Chad Tracy at the plate. He has gotten a hit today. And he's going to get another hit there. I think that was a curveball that didn't curve. And we have a pinch runner. Chris Burke is going to come in to run for Chad Tracy, even though they're both C-rated runners. 9 versus 10. Luke Scott has a 1-1 count. And make it 1-2 after that curveball. Swings and misses strike 3. It looks like Arizona's going to let Ortiz hit for himself. A little surprising at this point in the game. So Arizona had been pretty aggressive about using pinch runners and pinch hitters, so I really am shocked here. Has an 0-2 count. And that big swing and a miss on the big curveball, and that will end the 8th inning. Still Diamondbacks 2, Squirrels 3 as we move into the bottom of the 8th, where Marvin will lead things off. Well, here's Freddie Sanchez. He comes in to play third. And I think they took Caicedo out of the game, but I didn't look that closely, but I think that's who ended up coming out. 2-1 count here on Marvin as Ortiz continues to work. He has been effective on the mound. You do have to grant him that, even if I would have pinch hit for him there, especially down a run. He strikes Marvin out looking. That'll bring Chief to the plate. He looks at strike one. That slider too low, probably inside as well. That splitter too low, 2-1. That curveball in for strike. Swings and puts that one right to Hudson to second, who almost throws it too early over to Golf to get that out, but they do get it. That'll bring Terry to the plate. Nobody on, 2 outs, and he takes the ball. And that splitter inside. And slider in for a strike. 2-1 the count. Gets the call on that fastball. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That will end the 8th inning. Still, Diamondbacks 2, Squirrels 3. Diamondbacks' last chance will start with Stephen Drew, who has struck out all 3 times today. No, not Pauly. We want Shibuya. Sweeney will come in somewhere. Here he is. Right at the top there. All right. So here we are in the 9th. I don't think that pitch ever got up to Drew's knees. And that one outside. 2-0 the count. That one outside. 3-0. Shibuya having a little trouble finding the plate. Does with that breaking ball, though it was borderline high. Gets the call on that pitch to make it full. And swing and a miss. Comes all the way back for the strikeout. That'll bring Chris Snyder to the plate. He's gotten a hit today. Was the only Diamondback to get a hit yesterday. Has a 2-0 count here. Shibuya just a little all over the place. That wasn't a great pitch, but it was a called strike. That one grounded just foul down the third base line. A little surprised that one wasn't fair. Grounds that one too. Phil at second, so we've got 2 outs. And Justin Upton, who got a double his last time up, so I see why you wouldn't pinch hit for him right at the moment. Looks at strike 1. And hits that one foul down the right field line for 0-2. Fouls another one away. We'll try again. Well, that pitch never had a prayer for a strike. Nor did that one. 2-2 the count. That one too low, but closer. Full count, 2 outs. And he's going to get that one in for a hit into right. Just a single this time. And Golf now at the plate, which is where he should have been, so they did that. Oh, Upton runs and gets himself thrown out. What was he thinking? One of the strongest arm catchers in the league, and you run yourself out of the game. My goodness. And a power hitter at the plate could have given you a lead with one swing of the bat. Just an awful decision by Justin Upton. Wow, so your final score today, Arizona Diamondbacks 2, Indianapolis Squirrels 3. Shibuya all over the place, but he did enough to get the save. And a 1-run lead save, not like he had a 3-run cushion. The bench players will be back in tomorrow. We have an off day on Tuesday. And I guess go ahead and say it now. Well, hold on. We're about to see the player of the game, so I'll wait. And Tom is your player of the game. Had the winning run with his hit in the sixth. Also, like I said, cut down the last runner to end the game, so that's worth something as well. Thank you for watching. Like I said, we'll be back against Arizona again tomorrow. If you'd like to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff, feel very free. And we will see you tomorrow.